This is placeholder media that you'll see if you add a layout to an empty scene. You can go ahead and delete it.
Hi guys, welcome to Dheeraj Mahajan channel. So today I am coming with the concept of OpenAI, generative AI. How to create a generative AI model, right? And we will use the OpenAI as our intermediate to communicate with the other models, right? So concern is that, so first of all, we must know what are the important prerequisites before creating an OpenAI model, or you can say generative AI model, right? In generative AI, the first most important thing is that you have to integrate. You have to integrate your LLM models. When I say LLM model, so I have an OpenAI. I will use OpenAI. So first of all, I need a API key. So why I'm showing this window, if you see this is a window, right? So we have an API key, right? I need this API key first to communicate my LLM with the OpenAI, right? Then after that, I can create a generative AI model which can query from this OpenAI model. So first of all, I need this key. That is a secret key I need to communicate with the OpenAI. Second thing is that I am using the Google Colab. If you see, this is my Google Colab. In this Google Colab, I am using the that is a specific. It is a free version, and you do not need to be purchase or something, right? You do not need to install Anaconda for typing the Python commands and everything, right? So we need a Google Colab, where I will write my set of code to specifically which will use a communicate with the OpenAI, and I will create a generative AI model. So this generative AI model is specifically, so normally if we know the prompt engineering, when we go to OpenAI, we'll give the prompts and he will give the OpenAI will give us a reply based on the prompting. So but specific thing is that every time, right, we need a specific search, right? We need a set of program and which can help us in communicating with the OpenAI. Let us take a case. I want to query something, right? I want to query something and I have a certain set of code. I want to get information from the OpenAI. So that need to be done using the Python code. I can query the OpenAI with this specific set of code that can help you in generating the response from the OpenAI. So the three main thing, one is your OpenAI, right? These are the models, ChatGPT, O4, Omni, and O3. I will use the ChatGPT 4, right? So I have a key which I've already shown you, right? So I have a Google Colab where I have to run my Python code to create this model, right? And after that, I will query this OpenAI using my set of code, which I will create a small generative AI model. So I have a set of code with me, right? So if you see, first of all, I will write an import OS. So if you know Python, so we have to import the OS libraries, right? Just I will go and so it is trying to be connect with the V environment. So it will take some time. You see it is connecting. You can see over here, right? It is connecting. No, it's run. Let me add my key. Let me add my key, right? Which will help me in help my LLM model to communicate with my OpenAI model. Let me run it. So we can see our key has been added, right? So it got as an environmental variable, OS environmental variable, it has been taken. After that, from OpenAI, I have to import the OpenAI library. I have to import the OpenAI library. So in Python, we have various libraries to communicate with. You can see I'm able to load the OpenAI library. Once I do that, so I am using the client as a variable, OpenAI as a function, and I am giving my OpenAI key, API key, right? I am giving my API key, right? So this, if you see this, right? So this OpenAI key will get the key from the environmental variable. Either I can give my key here, either it will get the key from the environmental variable, which I have given here, right? You can let me call this key, right? And use it. In the same, let me call the key. So this OpenAI, this is function, right? Which will which will which will use the environmental key which I have created here, my OpenAI key. Once I did that, I need to create a response. Client.chat.completion create. Which model I am using? GPT-4o. Message, I need a role. Role is user content sys. So why I'm trying to this model? Because I'm trying to understand it must give me a response so that my API key is working fine. I'm trying to get response from the OpenAI based on my chat. Let's do that. If it is key is okay, it will give us a response. Right? Let me type this so you can say, so it has give us a response. You can see here. Right? Once I get the response, right, I want to print response choice 0 message dot content. That means choice 0 is the first element. Choice 0 is your first element. So if I write there, so if I print this, you can see it gives me a response. Message content. So this shows that our key is working fine. Once my key is working fine, I have to use a langChain. So this LLM model, we use a langChain. LangChain is specific set of library which is specifically used for communicating with my OpenAI models. So before that, I need to install this langChain. Let me do that. So it is installing the langChain OpenAI because I need to query this OpenAI, right? So if I need to query this OpenAI, I need to install the langChain. You can see here. Let me go down. 1 second. Yeah. You can say we have query and my successfully I have installed the langChain OpenAI. Why I have installed this langChain OpenAI? Because I need to be query my OpenAI model using the langChain LLM model. Let me from langChain OpenAI, I will import the chat OpenAI. LangChain open from the LangChain OpenAI library, I am importing the another library which is known as Chat OpenAI, which is known as Chat OpenAI. If I enter, you can see it is importing it. Once it is done, I have to get the response. I ask this LLM model, right? Use this library Chat OpenAI, and model name is GPT-4o, which I've shown previously in the OpenAI page, and print this LLM, right? So with this LLM, I'm in the next time I will import. I will query. Let me. Okay, let me remove this. In a single liner, I'm doing this, right? So you can see this LLM, I have asked to print LLM. LLM is a basically variable which I'm trying to get from the chat OpenAI library. The model I'm using the GPT-4. Similarly, we can use a Gemini, we can use any of the model which is supported by the OpenAI. Right? We have various Llama, there is some other models can be. Let me once my done is done, I will query. Let me ask him what is generative AI. I hope it will give the response. What it will do? It will go to OpenAI tool and get the response for us. So I'm storing this response in a variable called results. I'm storing this response in a variable called result. Let me print result. You can see it has given us a response. What is open AI? What is generative AI? Let me ask another question. Why do we learn AI? Let me let me find it will give the response or not, right? Let me enter this. You can see teaching AI. So we are curing our open AI, right? It is getting the response from the open AI. We are curing this open AI tool, right? Whatever the response, I'm getting it directly from the open AI. Let me ask the question, which movie is the best movie? Which movie in 2025 is the best movie? So this is the power of langChain, right? Let me. So I'm storing another result in my another output in my results variable. Yeah, I am unable to provide the information of movie as my training, including only the data up to 2 Pro. Oh, so you can able to see it can train up to data up to Chat GPT-4. So I need to go for the higher model, might be. So let me ask for the 2023. Okay. Okay. Why not? Let me ask for 2023. The model is trained only for 2 per. So you can see. Yeah. So this is the determine the best movie in the chosen subject. So can vary from the personal reference. So directed by this. So I will ask him best Hindi movie. Okay. Best Hindi movie. Let me find it. So it depends upon the taste and opinion. So however, the several films with significant movie like Pathan, Shah Rukh Khan, Deepika Padukone, John Ibrahim. So all this you can see, right? So the Kerala story received attention for storyline and performance, initially Rocky or Rani ki Kahani, Alia Bhatt and Ranveer Singh appreciated. So this is the power of using the LLM. So what I am actually doing, I am trying to query the OpenAI. I am using the LLM model. I am using the langChain libraries, langChain OpenAI libraries to have a chat with my OpenAI model. I hope you like this video, right? So I will come up with the more videos like this. So with my next video about the RAG, how RAG will work, right? I will come with the more.